the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Heading over into the drone newsosphere, Jeff Sills has a lot of it. What's going on, Jeff?
This has been a weird week of news. I guess it's the best way I can put it. Just a weird week of news.
Okay. I like weird.
So we'll start with the first one. Cargo is a rotary wing drone that apparently is designed by a Turkish-built company, and its claim to fame is that it autonomously hunts humans.
Okay. Human hunting, okay.
Essentially a weaponized drone, and in 2020, they put it to the test, and it carries an explosive charge, and it actually flew out, autonomously found an individual, and killed him.
Okay. It's pretty hard on mannequins as well, looks like.
Oh, whoa. Yeah. So there's a lot of sort of complaints going around from various countries that this is, basically autonomous.
It's
robotic death, so to speak.
Well,
I guess.
it's a guided missile. It's a guided bomb. That's what it is.
No. This drone flies out. It's told to fly out into an area. It finds or detects what it thinks are targets.
Oh!
Then it makes a judgment as to what are appropriate targets, aka people, and then it specifically targets people.
Oh, so what happens if it loses GPS and returns to home?
Oh God!
Right? It's coming back. We never thought about when it comes back. We never learned how to land it. Right? Only taken off.
If something like that just gets hacked too.
Yeah.
Well, they launched these things against the Libyan faction, and after the first few successes, the Libyan forces retreated while they were being hunted down by the devices. I mean, it was a pretty, successful first use of autonomous hunting human drones.
Okay. Now it just needs to become self-aware, and we're in trouble.
Yep. That's the next part. So.
All right.
So
do you have the Terminator 2 music, Ken?
Oh, do I?
That would be appropriate for that story.
Very fitting. Sorry, you said to question him if he has certain music at certain times or sound effects.
Oh, I do. It'd just take me a minute. Hang on.
Sorry.
Oh no! If you want it, you got it.
All right. Oh, I love that. That's a very distinguished sound. Everybody knows that movie, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll have to come back to that.
I love the first Terminator, but Terminator 2 was probably one of my favorites. So, all right. So NASA's learned a very important aspect to flying drones that we all know because Ingenuity almost crashed due to a camera glitch.
A camera glitch?
Yep. The Ingenuity drone survived a close call that would have ended in complete disaster. This was on the 6th flight, and a glitch in the camera imagery caused the drone's navigation system to malfunction, and they very well almost crashed the drone. Luckily, they were able to, resolve the issue before the drone had to land. But I'm trying to figure out, if you crash a drone on Mars, aside from the big robot nearby, how do you pick it back up?
Yeah, and I think there's a clue to why this happened. If you look in the very last frame, I don't know if you can see it there, but you can almost make out GoPro Karma.
Sitting there looking all close at my screen.
Yeah.
He's like, really, Ken? Really? Whoa, what? Where?
What am I looking for?
Yeah, Kelly Green right now is kicking the computer. So, all right.
All
right. So, Ken, I believe that you work at a radio station.
Yes.
And I believe that that you are very, very adept to the whimsical ways of radio station morning shows.
Oh,
So
hold on. Stand by. There's a wasp in here. Oh, God. Hold on. Bug alert. I got to bug out. Hold on. Stand by. Oh, we can't have that. No, buddy. You're not invited. I hate wasps so much. Get the hell out of here. I'm live. Get the, what?
Is this part of the show?
No, this is not part of the
this is
show.
not part of the show. This right here, ladies
Where'd
and
he go?
gentlemen, is what we call
Hang on.
entertainment.
Hang on. I got to smash him. I got to smash him.
He's put on a show for us.
I don't care what. I don't care about the stream. I gotta smash this dude. Hold on a second.
Yes.
So sorry.
You have to understand that Ken
Hold
is not
on.
a big fan of certain
Hold on.
bugs. And
Hold on,
wasps
I'm gonna
definitely-
get him. He's settling down.
So, Jeff,
Land
if a
somewhere,
spider
buddy,
came
land.
down like a big one right here,
Oh,
I'd be
man.
doing the same
Oh,
thing.
now he's pissed off. Oh, crap.
Is it one of those red wasp, Ken? Because
This-
those are
this-
mean.
Where'd he go?
This you can't pay for.
Where'd he go?
This
Did you
right-
see him? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
This
Where'd he
you
go?
can't pay for.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Yes, right.
Oh,
Everybody
my
in the
God.
audience should super chat him for a wasp alert.
Smash.
Sabretooth says
I
you
think
need
I
a
got
wasp
him.
killing drone.
Yeah.
I got him.
Or bug spray, one of the two.
Yeah, that would work.
Woo.
Or one of those
I got-
tennis rackets that glow and you can hit bugs with it and they zap. You know, zap for tennis rackets.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Did you get it?
I did. Dude, listen. Years ago, I lived in an apartment, and there was a wasp at my door. And I killed it, right? No problem. Well, his buddy didn't like that, and he flew up my sleeve, and I didn't know it. Went inside. I was like, well, got that guy. He got me right here. And it's mentally scarred me. And so now...
I thought you were going to say he flew up something else for half a second there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me take it from here, Jeff, because, yes, I'm a radio guy. And when you sent me this story, I have to peel back the curtain, okay? What I'm going to show you is some false bravado from a morning show that is on a, what is it? Froggy
Q105 out of Tampa.
Q105 out of Tampa. Now, I'm going to play this, and I hope they see this, because you guys are a bunch of dicks. Okay? And I'll play it. Just let you guys form your own opinion. Here you go.
That thing's the size of this room.
It's not the size of the room, but that is it looks to be a pretty large.
Who needs a drone that big?
Oh, the guy was acting cool and showing off. He was doing flippy-flips and loop-de-loops with it. Okay, so we're watching it. Wow, look at that.
It does look like a fairly large drone, and then what happens?
Then, after I take that video, if you see, it sort of points at us at the very end, okay? I stopped taking the video. We're just enjoying the sunset. Oh, that was cool. Okay. 2 seconds later, we turn around, we're walking.
So after you stop the video, 2 seconds later,
The swoosh happened, the sound. Basically, we're sitting there, and all of a sudden,
and
like the sound I put in the system.
it almost cuts off your head.
Dude, the thing skimmed my hair.
If you would have had your hand up in the
Wait a minute.
air, it would have hit your hand.
You're telling me that you actually felt the drone
I felt it.
on your hair.
In the back of my neck,
my-
I felt it. I don't know if the guy lost control of it. I don't know what happened. He was doing loop-de-loops to show off. Everybody's like, yeah, really cool. I guess he was doing a loop. He went a little low. He almost chopped my head off. Not only mine, but my entire family.
That would be a decapitation.
Don't you? I mean, looking at the size of that thing.
Entire Froggy family decapitation. Everyone.
4-person decap. And if you saw the video, okay, just think about that
Yes,
thing was.
I'll have a cup of decap.
Look, it's called a quad decap.
If you see that thing, it's going what, 50 miles an hour?
It's going pretty fast.
If it hits me in the back of the neck, MJ, what happens? Worst case scenario, chops my head off.
You know, well, first of all,
Best case, I'm a paraplegic most of my life because this thing hits me in the back of the neck, stab vertebrae.
it's not a paraplegic. It's
Paraplegic?
no.
I'll have a monkey living with me. It doesn't matter, dude. I'm going to have to use a laser pointer to go grocery shopping.
It's not paraplegic. It's paraplegic.
So here's the problem.
You're adding an extra syllable.
Here's the problem.
You're adding an extra syllable to that word?
Did you yell at the guy? Did you have
MJ.
Did you have words?
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
I didn't know where it was coming from because this thing was huge. You could have been flying it from everywhere.
So it could have been a woman flying it.
Yeah. So I go, who the is flying the drone? Like
the
loud.
You yelled, who the
I go, who the is flying this god drone?
All right, Froggy,
like that.
Calm down.
Loud.
Calm down.
And I look around.
And there are people all over the beach, I would
Yeah,
imagine.
looking at me, and they're like, oh, because they were sort of shocked that it's flying so low.
And you have no idea where the person was with the controller?
No idea.
They could
So
have
I
been
go,
like up on an apartment building balcony or something.
show yourself now, you son of I hate White Castle fries.
I hit the wrong one.
Finally, after me cursing and yelling, I find out in front of this little townhouse is this old man.
Oh, so you did see who it was.
I finally found him.
All right.
It was an old man. And he was like, I really apologize. Because people were crowding around him.
This is not a 90-year-old guy flying a
Well,
drone.
it makes sense. That's why his drone was so big. They have big phones. They have big drones.
He was a beach guy. He probably does it every night.
Okay, few things about this. Nobody else in the video I watched, nobody else on the beach was getting excited about this little foamy. Now, you guys all know that he was never in any danger. But this is the ignorance that happens when people don't know what the where's my bleep?
Yeah.
They're talking about. Not to mention the fact that this is a morning show that has 4 chuckleheads on it. I don't know how a station named Froggy can afford to hire 4 people on a morning show, but everybody knows the only guy making any money at a radio station that has 4 people on it, the only guy making any money is the guy in front of the buttons. The rest are interns or just D-bags off the street. So you guys can go yourself. And look, there's a thing called show prep. It takes me 2 days to put this thing together. It takes me hours to do my morning show on the radio. And this is what happens when you stroll into your Froggy studio 5 minutes before you go on the air and you got nothing. You just, hey, Dave, what did you do yesterday? Okay, all right, we'll ham it up. All right. You saw a drone? Okay, it almost killed you? No, it almost killed. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. No, it almost killed you. So, drama queens, your thoughts, Jeff?
Well, obviously, of course, I'm concerned about his hair, because that's the only thing that came into any close contact at that point. So, aside from the overreaction and the fact that there wasn't any opportunity for this guy to be decapitated by a drone, which I thought was probably the most hilarious part of the whole thing. It's like, yeah, no, it's not happening.
Yeah. They need a wasp in their studio every day to generate excitement. I love the morning shows like that. You know what I'm talking about, Rick and Bubba. The kind where there's like 10 people in the room, and even the lamest thing is funny, Hey, good morning, Rick. Hey, good morning there, Bubba. I had a coffee and I spilled it on my lap in the car. There's 15 people. It just irritates me when people don't even try to be entertaining. It just irritates me. All right.
Worse than canned laughter. So,
yeah.
All right. Next in the news, we have a story that comes out of Palm Bay, Central
What?
Florida.
Did you say Palm Bay? Palm Bay. All right. Please continue.
There is a story about a Florida man who found a car with a drone, and the story gets different from there.
It does get a little dark. No laugh track for this one.
Yeah, it was a very interesting story, and this is exactly where crews actually pulled that car out of the retention pond here. You can see the mud and the gunk and the tire tracks out here. It was a Ford Mustang, a 2002 connected, police say, to a 2009 missing persons case. And while police aren't saying who this man is, they do tell us that he did live in this community just on the other side of the pond.
I've done this multiple times, literally flown exactly over this area before.
A quick glimpse, and these aerials resemble a quiet beach getaway.
When I was flying, the water was extremely clear.
Crystal blue water, you can see right through it.
Instead of only being able to say 3 or 4 feet deep, I could now see easily 15 feet deep.
Something Dan says he's never been able to do flying his drone since he's had it.
I'm a little shocked it's been that long and no one's found it.
Instead of a brown murky color, the drone pilot looked right down and could make out a car. Surprising, yes, but it was about to get even more curious.
Who would have thought? It would have turned out to be something like this.
Something that's 10 feet from you, you would never even think about or come in contact with.
Some people fish, some people ride their kayaks.
Police aren't sure how or when the Ford Mustang ended up in the Bayside Lakes retention pond.
They flipped it over and they were starting to bring it on shore.
But investigators quickly reported the car connects to this missing persons case from 2009, when 38-year-old Philippe Desir disappeared.
They kind of stopped everything.
The car, rusted and muddy, remains pulled from the passenger side window.
Didn't have answers, and now hopefully they get those answers.
And while police can't say who it is yet, Dan hopes their family finds peace.
They have some sort of closure.
Wow. Another good thing from drones. I mean, you know, other than chopping people's heads off on the beach, they're out there doing good things. Jeff, your audio is not working, Jeff.
No, I hit mute because I didn't want to talk over the nice lady. But no, it's a great example of, you know, somebody who uses their drone and just helps find a missing person from 2009 on a whim.
By accident.
I mean, that's just unbelievable.
Yeah. He just happened to be flying that day when the water was clear enough to see the car. That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
All right. So the next oh crap.
What is it, Jeff?
No.
What is it, Jeff?
I prepared this news. I know exactly what's going to happen. Somebody in the chat earlier super chatted because they wanted me to say this word. If you would, please, I would appreciate it if you would go ahead and cue up Dottie. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and prepare myself here.
What? What's wrong?
No. Just stop. This is something that I already knew was coming. And, oh, God. All right.
Yeah.
So, a European-funded program called Griffin is working on creating drones using the flight characteristics of birds.
Oh, cool. That's great. Tell us more, Jeff.
What am I watching?
So the idea is that they're going to use the articulated flapping design to conserve battery life by using the gliding characteristics that birds have and wind currents. So a bird would be able to fly to a certain wind current, then extend its wings and spread out and use the ability to glide over the thermal drafts to be able to stay aloft longer. The idea is that this particular drone will use that same flight characteristic by being able to flap the wings until they can find the proper thermal lift and then glide to be able to stay aloft longer and conserve battery life.
Wow, that's great. That's a great story. I don't know what you were worried about.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that little bird that Kelly from Ready Set Drone did a review on. It's a little bird that flaps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got one of those. I just never put it together. I'll have to do that. I was gonna let the falcons attack it as prey.
That would be really cool.
That would be really falcon cool. All right, Jeff, what's next?
All right, out of California, we have some drone video footage that shows
about the bird. Bird, well, a bird is a word, well, a bird, what the bird's a well, a bird, what the bird is a word, well, a bird, but birds are well, a bird, well, a bird is a word, well, a bird, but birds are well, don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody's talking about the bird, well, a bird, but birds are well,
second verse, same as the first.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word.
Jeff, you okay, bud?
Oh yeah, no, I'm doing great.
You all right?
Oh yeah.
Sean, your thoughts?
I feel like there's some kind of inside joke that I'm completely missing.
Yeah, Sean never watched the show before. He's never seen the show. He's never seen it. But he's on it. But he'll watch this one.
I I've never seen it.
No, that's all right. Hey, still, Dottie out of context is
thank
fun.
God you do not have to go through my personal hell. I appreciate it.
Please continue. Now,
story.
Yes.
It's hard to watch the show whenever I have clients in and I'm doing tattoos and I have bloody gloves on. All in between clients, I'll jump in and say hi and try and
Yeah,
watch
no,
what I
that's
can.
hey, that's all right, man. No biggie. Ain't no thing.
You just got to start later.
Yeah, or it replays, but that's you're good. Go ahead, Jeff.
That's a lot of work, kid.
That is a lot of work.
So the next drone video and news story comes out of California, where drone footage recently caught a growing number of great white sharks that are now starting to swim near people off the California coast.
Oh my God, don't bite him, don't bite him.
Wedding photographer Carlos Gauna started capturing these stunning images off the beach last year when the pandemic dried up business.
Almost every time I see an interaction with a human and a shark, my heart does pound. We've all been conditioned ever since Jaws came out to fear that interaction.
But this is far from Jaws. Watch as a large shark calmly cruises the surf lineup. This one approaches a family, and a swimmer is headed right toward another. All of the sharks seem uninterested.
Despite the fact that people are out there thrashing around and their arms are hanging off boards and legs are hanging off boards, sharks just ignore it.
Chris Lowe is director of the Shark Lab at Cal State Long Beach.
Why don't they want to eat us?
Well, we don't really fully know the answer to that question. First of all, we're not close to being on the menu.
Most of the sharks spotted off Southern California beaches are juvenile great whites. Despite their size, they're only up to about 6 years old and very inexperienced hunters.
Take it off.
Lowe's team showed us where the sharks use the warm coastal waters as a nursery.
When they're born, they're completely on their own. The safest place for them to be is in shallow water. They have to learn to feed on what's there. And the number one thing that's there are stingrays.
Carlos's video shows that they're very aware the surfers are there.
Yeah, in fact, we've been able to document sharks recognizing that somebody's nearby, so they know the sounds of a person swimming and surfing.
So they've learned that we're not a threat.
It kind of seems that way.
Wow. I don't care what you say. I'm still not swimming with sharks.
Oh man, that just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of those not yet scenarios.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it seems like the sharks are safe. It seems that way. Okay. Until he's like, yes, definitely. I'm still not doing it. All right.
All right. So Ken, you're from Jersey, are you not?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah. I lived there for a while. Yeah.
Well, apparently Six Flags up there is building a Jersey Devil coaster. And recently they did a full test run and they caught all the footage via drone.
Cool. I might ride in that one. You know those roller coasters that have the big metal bar that comes down over your shoulders and you're locked in forever? You know those? I won't ride in those because you get trapped in those upside down, you're screwed. I want one that if I had to, in an emergency, if I had to, I could wiggle out. You know? I get claustrophobic.
Been following the build of this coaster.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got this thing about roller coasters. I actually want to go like this summer and fall and start hitting all these roller coaster parks like Dollywood, Cedar Point, and just go check out all these coasters. And I've been watching this one. It looks really cool.
Isn't it better to ride a coaster after it's gone through beta testing?
I would probably wait for that.
Right? It's like, don't load your drone with the newest firmware. Wait till some other knuckleheads have problems with it first and they fix it. I don't know. I wouldn't ride a new roller coaster for 1 year. Give it a year.
Well, this particular roller coaster was slated to open in 2020, but due to COVID, it was postponed, and now planned to debut in 2021. It's going to hold 3 records when it opens as the world's tallest, the world's fastest, and the world's longest single rail coaster. So it has a 130-foot lift hill that leads straight into an 87-degree first drop. It goes through 3 inversions at over 3,000 feet of track and reaches a top speed of 58 miles an hour at the fastest point.
And there's going to be a pile of cell phones that will pile up in the middle of that thing, no doubt.
Well, those single track roller coasters like this are a blast. There's one in San Antonio at the Six Flags there called Wonder Woman. Ridden on it, and it's such a different experience than a regular coaster.
Can they do twisties better than a double?
They can do them sharper in different ways because it's just that single track, and you get the one person in the car instead of 2.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And just to let you know, Ken, to make you feel safer, the successful test of this coaster used water people that were basically large simulated human water bags to simulate the human weight for the roller coaster. So
I think I dated one of those water people in college. She was just a big simulated water bag. But I loved her. I loved her. Didn't care what anybody else thought about her. She was mine. Good times.
All right. So next in the news, I don't know if I'd call this news as much as just kind of weird. There's a group of people that have been working on coming up with a way of using drones as like jousting. And so this is their idea of game of drones, so to speak. And it's worth a watch.
It sounds like they came up with the title before they came up with the game.
Most likely.
Right? Game of Drones. Oh, that's so cool. All right, now we got to come up with something. At least they're using crappy drones. What, I see a Hubsan go by? A Typhoon?
Yeah.
You can kill that all day. Right. I apologize for those who own a Typhoon.
Yeah, the idea, I would assume, with the jousting part of this is that the drones would then have one of those large shields on them, and they would fly at each other, and whichever drone was still in the air afterwards wins. But it should be, I don't know. I guess it'd be fun to watch.
Yes. By the way, yes, Holy Stone. It looks like somebody said Holy Stone, and not a Hubsan. Hubsan's actually, they make great toys. But yeah, that I don't know. It just looks a little. It
reminds me. Did you fly planes or anything before drones, Ken?
Yeah.
Or Jeff?
I did.
Are you familiar with combat gliders?
Yes.
Made of EPP foam. We used to, when I lived in California, we'd fly right off of Long Beach. You'd have a whole bunch of gliders, just wings. You throw them out, and you could fly for 3 hours. But the whole point, there'd be about 20 of us out there trying to hit each other to take us out of the sky and go down the cliff. And of course, you don't want to get hit and go down the cliff, because then you have to walk of shame down the cliff and back. But this reminds me of that. It's a lot of fun. Although those don't break, and these probably do.
So the ones you had, they were foamies?
Yep, they were EPP foam. You could run over them with a car and just throw them on and still fly it.
Yeah, and if they did break, you can just tape them up. Wow.
Exactly.
Fun. All right. Yes, Jeff.
All right, so next in the news, with the hurricane season rolling in, the Florida Power and Light gave a local news station a look at some of its newest technology recently that they're using to help work when the power goes out during the hurricane season.
Air, ground, the curve. Florida Power and Light showcase the gadgets they'll be using this hurricane season and the ones they're hoping to use in the future.
What about this technology? How are you using that this season?
The technology is a game changer.
PL CEO Eric Szilagyi says they're always looking at ways to use new technology to make restoration quick.
We'll have also people on the ground, but we're going to be pushing the technology on how we can do this so we can get out there even faster. Again, speed is everything.
What did you have to do before you guys even had this kind of technology?
A lot of walking. A lot of walking, a lot of driving, a lot of climbing poles.
Dora is the senior drone pilot. He showed us what's already in the air and one they're about to launch.
These can be positioned at substations. They could even be positioned on trailers and power plants, solar fields, to help us gain that advantage of being able to see from above identify issues before they cause a power outage.
Look at this. This is something bizarre. You don't see this being used by other utility companies.
We can send Spot into an area to do an initial assessment instead of putting somebody at risk, and I can also do it faster because Spot can get into areas that maybe a human couldn't even squeeze into.
Spot.
Yeah, the Boston Robotics robot is actually making itself felt in a lot of places, and this one I thought was exceptionally cool because that's one of the first times that I've seen one of those that is not owned by Boston Dynamics. It's not like rented out or whatever. That they've actually gotten their hands on it and they're using it for a dedicated purpose. I cannot wait to see more of the Boston Robotics robots out in the world.
Yeah, but if you're in an action, say you're in a collapsed building during an earthquake, you're trapped, right? You're already terrified, and then you see coming towards you, right? You're like, I mean, that would be. If you've never seen one before, you don't know about them. You see, and then it's like, stay calm. Don't be afraid of Spot. Spot is here to help you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you have power lines down, something like that, some of those vehicles can go in and move those power lines to a safe area so that people can traverse and be able to get out of harm's way, et cetera. So I'll go with the positive side of it, and hopefully it wouldn't scare the crap out of anybody.
Yeah, people get used to it. Yeah.
Are these the same ones that have you seen where they kick them and they try to knock them over and they like correct their balance?
Yeah, that's the exact same one. That's the smallest version of what Boston Dynamics makes. They have quite a few others that if you go out to their website or their YouTube channel, you can see some of the ones that they have. They've got ones that can leap and run at full speed. They're bipeds. It's 2 legs. I mean, it's amazing. So definitely worth a watch.
Pretty awesome technology.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
We should probably mention RemotePilot101.com. Isn't it a great place?
Great place.
It is a great place. Tell us about your place, Jason.
So, Remote Pilot 101, no one has prepared more Part 107 pilots than us. And you'll be pleased, those of you who are current customers now, you're going to be experiencing version 3 and a brand new learning management system in about 2 weeks. So the best just keeps on getting better. RemotePilot101.com. Use promo code Heron18, which, by the way, Ken, I can't brag on you enough. When we search promo codes, you know me, I'm all about our marketing and everything else. Heron18 is the most used promo code. Your people listen to you, Ken.
Yay, thank you, people. I appreciate that.